I'm Cody, and on this episode of Problem Solved, we're talking about major travel mishaps, like losing your credit cards, IDs, or smartphone. But don't worry, all hope is not lost, because tech can help you out. It's a nightmare anytime your phone gets lost or stolen, but it's especially disastrous if it happens while you're traveling. The unfortunate reality is this happens a lot while traveling, especially if you're visiting a place that is notorious for pickpockets. Here are 5 things to do before your trip that can give you a little more peace of mind just in case it happens to you. Number 1, back up your device. This will save you the agony of losing absolutely everything you have on here, and you'll be able to at least restore it to how it was before your trip. Number 2, log out of important apps like your bank, Venmo, or even Amazon. Think of it like this: if you can spend money in the app, you might want to log out of it. This can also apply to any apps that have personal or professional information like your email or social media accounts. Number 3, enable your device's Find My or Find My Device feature. You can find this in the settings on both Apple and Android devices, respectively. Number 4, let's face it, these devices are expensive. So consider using an old one or buying a cheap one to take instead. That way it'll hurt a whole lot less if something happens to it. Number 5, prepare to go analog if you have to. Print out the details of your trip, like booking confirmations, addresses, and yeah, you might not have a phone, but you still need the phone numbers. I'm glad I grew up with both MapQuest and Google Maps. I just gotta remember how to read these again. Uh-oh, did you lose your license or ID? That's never a good thing. However, there is hope, and it comes in the form of a piece of paper. Now, clearly this isn't me, but this is inspired by a true story. To get a replacement, the first thing you want to do is go to your state's Department of Driver Services website. Since it's online, it's open 24/7 and there's no lines. If you're unsure of exactly where to navigate to on the website, do a web search that has your state plus replaced driver's license. This should take you to the right page. Just make sure it has .gov in the URL. Just follow the steps to order a new license and pay any necessary fees. This might vary based on your state, but here in Georgia, it takes about a week or 2 for the new physical license to arrive in the mail. But you can still use this paper one to drive a car and even board a plane. Just ask my cameraman. For specific information on what you can or can't use this paper ID for, check your state's DDS website. If you're in a state that allows it, consider putting your license on your phone. It counts as a valid form of identification at numerous TSA checkpoints across the country. Well, it's only valid if it's me on the identification. You can have this back. You can't leave the country if you don't have one of these. But if you're out of the country and yours is lost or stolen, you've got a one-way ticket to Panic Town. And I don't mean Panic, Romania. That one requires a passport. The first thing you want to do if you find yourself in this state of panic is take a couple deep breaths. Then contact your nearest US embassy or consulate and let them know what's happened to your passport. Make sure you include any relevant details and a digital copy of your passport, which you should always have. If you're traveling abroad, you always need to make a copy. In order to get back to the US, you're gonna need a new passport, which means you have to visit the US embassy or consulate nearest you in person. Depending on how soon you need the passport, one of 2 things is going to happen. 1, they'll issue you a limited validity passport, or 2, they'll expedite an entirely new one. Before you go, check the Department of State's website to know exactly what documents you need to take with you. That way you can get it done as fast as possible. The State Department's Smart Traveler app alphabetizes all of the countries in the world, making it really easy to find embassy and consulate contact details and eliminating the need for a frazzled web search. You can also use the app to sign up for the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. What this does is it notifies the local embassies and consulates that you're going to be in that country. That way, if there's any kind of emergency at home or abroad, they can easily assist you. Before you leave the US for your trip, take a picture of your passport details. Save it on your phone, email a copy to yourself, print out a copy to take with you, and print out a copy to leave with a trusted family member or friend in the US. Yes, I said and. You get a passport copy, you get a passport copy, you get a passport copy, you get a passport copy. You don't get a passport copy, because I don't know you. Credit cards are a quick and easy way to pay when you're on the go. But what happens if you lose this while you're traveling? My next tip will help you figure out how to pay anytime and anywhere. Not having a credit card while you're traveling can be a frightening thought, especially if you're somewhere unfamiliar. If your credit card is lost or stolen, the first thing you want to do is pause or cancel it. That can be done in a snap in your app. Both Apple and Android devices have digital wallets that can really come in clutch in a situation like this. You can add your physical cards to your digital wallet. Then to pay, you just tap your phone. This is something I recommend setting up before you lose one of these. But if you don't have these and you don't have a digital version on your phone, Apple users can apply for the Apple credit card and in most cases, start using it instantly. These digital wallets can also hold things like transit passes or Starbucks cards. That way you can still get around and get something to eat without a credit card. To avoid the need for a physical credit card somewhere, consider booking things like your hotel, rideshare, and even food deliveries online or using an app. Just make sure you're not trying to pay for that with the card that you've put a hold on or canceled. Good thing Uber takes PayPal. Even if you don't regularly use multiple credit cards, it's not a bad idea to take more than one with you and pack them in different places. Also, doesn't hurt to bring some cash in the local currency. That way, if one of these gets lost or stolen, you've got options.